We're getting movement and we're getting interest. I love this drop so much. I'm always listening to what the song is asking for. Like a chef's kiss, you know? It really is that simple. What's up, guys? I'm PRD and welcome to the channel. Today, I'm going to be walking you through an R&B production that I made not too long ago and going through all the creative decisions that go into crafting a song like this. This is one of my favorite productions to date, so I'm super excited to show you this, and let's dive right in. All right, so we're here in the project. This song is called Sunday Morning. It is out now, by the way. Quick plug right there. If you like what you hear, definitely go stream it, and I've got the streaming links in the description below. But yeah, you can see we've got a lot of layers going on here. We have our vocals, guitar, keys, drums, bass, and some like risers and crashes down here. So we've got a lot of layers, but as you can see in this first section, we only have guitar and this shimmer keys right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what that sounds like. So it's super simple to start off, and I love that because it's creating this intimate experience where you're just drawing the listener into this world that you're creating for them. And even though this intro is minimalistic, there's still a lot happening here. First, you're immediately being introduced to the chords, which are obviously very jazzy and R&B, and the effect that we have on the guitar, like the reverby effect, is just enhancing that vibe. But then to build on top of that, this second lead guitar comes in. And let's solo that real quick and see what it sounds like. And all together. So now with the second guitar, we're getting movement and we're getting interest, and it's like immediately something that captures your attention. If I didn't have that guitar in there and I just let these guitars continuously play that chord progression over and over, it would become repetitive, right? So a big key of like producing and crafting a song is introducing these elements that give variety to the song and continuously engage the listener. So another detail that I want to point out here is that this lead guitar is playing what's called double stops. So that's on the guitar, that's when you're playing two notes at a time rather than playing a single note. And it just adds so much more to the song, and it makes it lush. It just adds to that ethereal effect and just introduces so much more interest than if you just had the guitar playing like a single note melody line. So even that introduction of one extra note, I mean, it's such a small detail, but it really makes a huge difference. All right, so let's move on to the first verse now. And this is when the vocals are being introduced. Feeling loved, feeling lost in the moment, waking up to the love that's unfolding. See the sign, see the light you've been holding. Soak it up. It's feeling like Sunday morning. All right, so now we can start talking about the lyrics. So when I'm trying to figure out what to write about, I'm always listening to what the song is asking for. And it really is that simple. Like, the song is speaking to you. Being a songwriter is like being a song whisperer. Like, you're just kind of feeling the vibe of the song and paying attention to what it needs and then providing it with just that and nothing more. So for this song, it's super vibey. It has that like those lush atmospheric sounds, and it just kind of like puts you in a trance. It puts you in a very relaxing, calming vibe. And what's more relaxing than Sunday mornings, right? We all love Sunday mornings, right? Like whether we're going to brunch or hanging out with our family or just relaxing at home, it's like this moment in time when the world is able to stop before we have to get back to our responsibilities. So with this first verse, I really just wanted to paint that picture of a Sunday morning and just have the lyrics encapsulate a feeling. So the lyrics go feeling loved, feeling lost in the moment, waking up to the love that's unfolding, see the sun, see the light that's unfolding, soak it up because it's Sunday morning, or soak it up feeling like, what does it say? Forgot my own lyrics. It's feeling like Sunday morning. So we just want this song to feel like a Sunday morning, you know? All right, so now we're getting to the good part. So if I zoom out here, look at all these layers, baby. So you know something crazy is about to happen. I'm just gonna stop talking and I'm gonna play it because this shit is dope. It's feeling like Sunday morning, open up to the world that's been calling. There's enough for every soul to enjoy it. Show some love. All right, I'm gonna stop right there, but I love this drop so much. Like all of those layers being introduced at once. I mean, you can see the layers coming here when you're looking at the production, but obviously if you're listening to the song, you have no idea what's coming. So all of this being introduced at once, again, it goes back to keeping the listener on their toes, creating variety, introducing new elements. So we're just kind of like hitting them in the face, introducing all these elements at once and just going straight into a drop where like this beat is introduced. So it really just opens up the whole song to like a whole new world. It's kind of like this first verse is like you waking up in the morning and like going through your routine, brushing your teeth, having your coffee. And then verse 2 is like you're off to brunch, or you're like out in the world, or you're with your family, or like you're driving down the coast. Like, so it's just kind of like enhancing that vibe and taking it to a new level. So let's go through these layers. We've got everything being introduced. We have background vocals happening here. We've got these pads coming in. We've got the entire drum kit coming in and the bass coming in. And then all these, you know, effects and risers. And so this bass slide is really cool. And shout out to my friend Matt Brown who played bass on this. So we've got the bass slide combined with this riser here, which I love this riser. I've used it on multiple projects and it's just so like, it's like a chef's kiss, you know? Like, listen to that. It's so subtle, but like so powerful, you know? There's so many risers and crashes that are like kind of obnoxious. But this one, like I haven't found another one like it. So anyways, we have that combined with the bass slide. On and open up. And then that crash that kind of introduces us into this drop. All right, so let's talk about the lyrics, because lyrics are super important. They make or break the song. So here we're saying, open up to the world that's unfolding. Well, we're saying open up, and then these background vocals come in and say, open up your heart. So let's listen to that. On and open up to the world that's been calling. So the introduction of the background vocals is also like enhancing that vibe of open up. Like you literally have a stereo, more of a stereo effect happening here as you're opening up to the world. Everything up till here has been very like almost mono, very much in the center, but now you have the background vocals that are like literally opening up your world. Yeah, so we got the lyrics, open up to the world that's been calling. There's enough for every soul to enjoy it. So this concept of abundance, there's enough to go around for everybody to live a full life, you know? Oh, yeah. Show some love. Show some love for the life you've been born with. So that's, enforcing this idea of gratitude, being grateful for what you've been blessed with without even having to ask. Those are the things that we tend to overlook, but again, Sunday mornings are for reflection. So we introduced the concept of abundance. Now we're introducing the concept of gratitude. Fill it up like it's still Sunday morning, like fill your cup, And this is also a very subtle thing, but saying like it's still Sunday morning means that, Sunday morning is a concept, it's a state of mind. It's this idea of being present in the moment, filling yourself with gratitude, feeling your own power. And you can feel that way anytime, any day of the week. It doesn't have to be a Sunday morning. It could be a Tuesday afternoon, So that's why I say like it's still Sunday morning, because that's a feeling that we can continuously come back to. And hopefully this song is something that helps people return to that vibe, All right, so now we're getting into the bridge and coming back to that concept of introducing new elements, having some variation for the listener to stay engaged. So now we have an organ being introduced, this synth that's just kind of playing this pattern. It's barely audible, but it's like a cool little background element. And then we have some percussive elements being introduced here. So let's see what that all sounds like together. Feeling out of touch, falling out of love, call it what you want, we make it a part of every memory, push it all aside, there's no need to hide, you can feel alive, give it some time, enjoy the journey. Feeling out of touch, falling out of love, call it what you want, we make it a part of every memory, push it all aside, there's no need to hide, you can feel alive, give it some time, enjoy the journey now. All right, so the bridge, a lot of things switch up. We still have the same basic backbeat because, at the drop, we introduced all those elements. So that's not going to change much. But, we added those organs, we added the percussion, and we also switched the cadence of the vocal. It's a completely different vocal melody from what we saw, in the first two verses. It's a lot faster and there's more words being said and there's not really any break in between. And that's very important to note because even how you switch around your vocal melodies has an impact on the song. This is like, we're kind of reaching, the end of the song. This is like maybe the climax, maybe a little after the climax. So again, you want to keep the listener engaged. And by switching up that flow, like it's fast, it's interesting, it's different. And yeah. All right, so let's talk about the lyrics now. So the bridge goes, feeling out of touch, falling out of love, call it what you want. We make it a part of every memory. So it's like, you can call it whatever you want. You could call it falling out of love. You could call it feeling out of touch with yourself, with this moment. You could call it, a painful heartbreak or a painful loss. Whatever it is, we have this tendency of taking negative emotions and negative memories and attaching ourselves to it and making it a part of every memory to the point where we replay it in our mind over and over. But that's not how it should be. We should be doing that with happy memories, with positive memories, and we should be able to let go of the negative ones. So, this is something that I've been, guilty of doing myself. And so I just kind of wanted to bring that up and show people that you can move past that and you can let it go. And you're not the only one going through that as well. So the second part of the bridge goes, push it all aside. There's no need to hide. You can feel alive. Give it some time. Enjoy the journey. So it's like push the negative memories aside, give yourself some time because it's really about what you're doing every single day of your life. Are you meditating? Are you actively trying to have more positive thoughts? So yeah, just enjoy the journey, and we're all we're all going through it together. So then the bridge vocals repeat, but now, like we said, always switching it up. Now we have these harmonies that are being added.
Feeling out of touch, falling out of love, call it what you want, we make it a part of every memory, push it up.
Like, beautiful. I love that. And that's the only thing I think that's being introduced in this section. Yeah. Everything else stays the same, but, it just adds that little bit of flavor. So now, verse 3, I guess is what I'm calling it, but it's really like the ending of the song. Now we're reducing elements, we're bringing things away, and we're going back to that chill, atmospheric sound that we had in the beginning. So I guess now if we're going back to our analogy, now we're kind of ending our day, we're winding down, we're coming back home and just like basking in the love that we received that day. All right, so if we look at the drums, you can see I had 2 kicks and 2 snares layered on top of each other. And this is something that I do a lot, and a lot of producers do this because there's certain qualities that you get from one sample and certain qualities that you get from another. So it's definitely beneficial to layer sounds to get the sound that you're looking for. So here we get rid of this crunch snare, we get rid of this retro kick. We're also getting rid of the percussion elements, which were introduced in the bridge, and we're getting rid of the bass as well. Here we're getting rid of all these keys that we introduced in the drop, except for this main pad, which is like super dreamy. I kind of want to just solo this out for you guys. So like this pad, I found this pad before I created the beat, and I actually like created the beat around this pad. And I think it even inspired me to like make that whole drop because it has that really cool pitch glide effect, which is like very characteristic of R&B, and it just sounded so vibey. And I'm like, yeah, I have to build something around this. All right, so going back to the lyrics, we're saying, enjoy the journey now, fill your heart with a melody. Sing it loud, it's only you who needs to believe. So that's a concept of, the only person who needs to believe in yourself, believe in your journey, believe in what you're doing is yourself, right? What do they say? You walk to the tune of your own melody, something like that. Oh my God. This beat is too hot, guys. We got the ambulance coming here. Forget what I was saying. Yeah, what do they say? Like walk to the tune of your own song or something like that. But, that's essentially what we're saying here is like, you're the only one who needs to believe in what you're doing. So go for it.
It's only you who needs to believe. So feel the love, feel it light up this moment, soak it up. It's still Sunday morning.
So then, for the outro, we strip away all the layers, like even this pad that was here in the very beginning, like get rid of it. We just want to end with these guitars and where we started. So we're introducing that same double stop guitar melody that we had, and let's see what that sounds like. So at the very end here, I want to show you a pretty cool trick that a lot of producers use, but this right here is just a reversed version of this ending note on the guitar. So I literally just took this audio file, reversed it, and added it down here so that it could create this like riser effect at the end. So it kind of like swells up and then cuts out, for a little bit of like dramatic effect. And I'll solo that out so you can see what that sounds like. Yeah. So super subtle, but without it, it's definitely lacking. Like it's just, it's falling flat a little bit, but with it. And they both cut off at the same point. So yeah, definitely a cool little effect right there. And that's it, guys. That's Sunday Morning. That's pretty much all the creative decisions that went into producing that song. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you got something from it. I hope you listened to the song if you enjoyed that. Again, the links are in the description below. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.